So what I'm going to do to help you understand what I mean is, if we were able to use the chart in our book, the chart in our book gives us the area between this point and the mean. But when we use, other charts perhaps, but definitely our calculator or Excel, then it's going to give us this area. In fact, I wish it would shade that little piece right there. Okay, it's going to give us the area to the left. And we just said that that area that we calculated was 0.3792. So what we now know is that this is 0.3792. Oh, I need to make my box a little bit. Now, that's not the area that they asked for, is it? It's not. They asked for this area in between these 2 points. Okay, so let's go back to our calculator and let's use the norm dist function again. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it this time. Ready? I'm interested in a normal distribution. If I just type that into the search box, then one of these functions will be norm dist. My x value for this example is 6.2. My mean is 5.4. My standard deviation was, what was that? Sigma is 2.6. And cumulative, the logical answer here is true because we are using continuous numbers. So I now know the area, or the probability, under the curve is 0.6208. Now again, what area is that? 6208. It is the area, oops, I messed up here. Oh, what am I? Oh, goodness, having difficulties here. Let me draw that line. Now I've got it. Okay. Now, it is the area from here all the way to the left. Always to the left when we're using any type of technology. And we just calculated that that area is, I'm going to write it on this line here, 0. What do we say here? I'll make sure I get it right. 6208. 0.06208. Okay? So, what area do I need? That becomes the question. Okay, what area do I need? Well, the area that I need is actually, let me pick a real pretty color here. How about some yellow? Is actually this yellow area in here. Well, I know the area from this point to negative infinity and from this point to negative infinity. So how can I get this area in the yellow? Well, all I have to do is subtract 0.6208. Uh-oh, put that in a color where you can see. Minus 0.3792, and I'm going to subtract those. And even though paintbrush is probably not the best, let me just kind of copy these numbers if I can, because I'm going to use perhaps well, actually I can just use this, can't I? I'm going to subtract 6208 minus 0.3792 is really what that should be, and I'm going to get approximately 0.2417. So 0.2417. And that, let me come over here. That is, oops, make this a little bigger. That is this area right here. And that's what the question was. Okay, and actually let me label this so that that we feel really good that we know what we're calculating. But the real problem here is that the z-values could not be found in our chart because it was off the scale, and so we had to resort to another chart, whether that be using our calculator, using Excel, and so hopefully this helped you kind of walk through that. But that would be the answer to this particular problem. The area between those 2 points, or the probability, is 0.2417. So that's the chance that HLI will find a sample mean between those 2 points. I hope this helped. This is a great question, and hopefully will encourage others to ask questions. Thanks.